Hey there everybody, here's the two offcuts from making the city park, and I'm just going to turn these into a building because I decided that, as ever, don't waste anything. So this will be the ground floor, this will be the first floor, and then I'll put a roof on here and I'll give it a whole load of whatchamacallits, them things, balconies, which will run around the edges, maybe the front edges. So I think this will be the front entrance here, then I'll do some kind of bay entrance here. Some kind of ladder going up, so the top floor will be like storerooms and the bottom floor will be like some kind of shop or something, I think. Sticking in the lands of that which is for the general citizenship rather than moving straight into what do you call it, like office buildings, boring. So yeah, this will just create something, again, it's just to do with diversity, so it'll just be a ground floor and then a top floor, and that will be it. So I'm just going to ad hoc this, so nothing is set in stone. I think I'm going to put the stairwell coming up around here. Oh no, I'll probably put a stairwell coming up around here, so this bit will come out. But yeah, I'm basically going to make this up as I go along. And this is the other way you can go about doing buildings, is you just have stuff and you make it and you don't do all your technical drawings. So I'll crack on with the first stage and I'll get back to you when that's done. Phase 1 complete. I've just cut off a sheet of palette. Ew, peeps. It's got the right width or the right depth in this direction for the overall height of the building, plus 20mm, which is the depth that I'll be running around the exterior of all the edges as like a wall, just to define the difference between walls and doorways, if nothing else. And then I play Tetris with it. I've cut it into pieces, and all of these pieces have a purpose. And some of it is leftovers, but like this is part of the front, this is part of the back, this is part of the front, this is an internal divider, another internal divider. You need to put these in before you put all the walls on, otherwise you can't get them in because the building's in the way of itself. So there's just a few things you need to take into consideration. So when you are ad hoc in a building like this, just be aware of the requirements of a building. I'd strongly advise planning your buildings on average. So I'm just going to get this floor assembled, and once this floor is assembled, you'll see the overall height of the building, you'll see where the roof's going to get fitted in, and you will see where the kind of exterior balconies and stuff that people can stand on. So I'm just going to crack on and I'm going to get all of this assembled for you. As you can see, it's all starting to come together. I'm just having to move the light around because, to be quite honest with you, my light sources are pretty rubbish, and I could do with buying some proper lighting at some point. I can't really afford to right now. The back wall's in, the front wall's in. It's doing that weird flickery thing. I don't know why it does that. I think it's something to do with not being enough light. Sorry about that. Either way, I'm just making a point as well. Some bits like this, which is going to be for... Ooh, it's better when that happens. It's going to be for this corner here. I'm just ad hocing as I go because I need to fit it to these. So I need to take the long measurement from the exterior edges and then bevel the interior edge so that it'll fit this slot neatly. And that's how you're going to have to fit all of these kind of little end pieces. So here's the basics all assembled. I'm just trying to get all this together, and this is all the pieces that you saw a minute ago all cut out. You can see that the interior space is starting to come together. And that you've got multiple ways in. Back doors in. Sorry, a bit more light on this. And you also have some internal walls, so that you have some. I know you're seeing this at a funny angle right now. You've got the internal space going on there as well. This is further adventures of cannibalising stuff from the habitation blocks. So this bit I'm going to use to build the stairwell. Yeah, to build the stairwell. So I'm going to insert this, build the stairwell onto this. It will go in here. It needs some trimming down, and then also this bit will also extend into the room that you can see through here, or I showed you through there a minute ago, not very clear at the moment, and that will create an extra divider inside as well. So I'm just going to crack on and get that fit, and I'll show you the stairwell. I'll also show you, I've come up with a sneaky simple way of doing very evenly divided stairs so that you don't have the epic faff on with trying to fit all the steps individually afterwards. Leave it at this for a minute. It's about, I don't know, 4 or 5 hours into the build, 6 or 7 hours into the build. And yeah, there you go. We have a fully functional, well, I say fully functional building site. You can chuck it down on a table already and it would service perfectly well as in-game terrain. So I hope this has been of some use to you, and you're enjoying finding out something about the ad hoc building process, and just bish bash bosh, get your buildings up, keep them interesting. Make sure you're using all the parts of all the things that you make and optimizing them. So like, now that this is in you know, bits from other buildings where you think, oh, I don't know what to use that shape for. Well, save it, and when you think of what to use it for, use it. So the next thing, I'm just going to be doing the next floor, finishing off all the building. And again, I don't want to spend more than another 4 or 5 hours on this. So I hope you've enjoyed this. Hope it's been of some use to you. Have a good one, everybody, and take care. Bye bye.